Hello, it's your girl, Dr. Tarika Lewis, otherwise known as Dr. Lou, your partner in progress. I'm a business, education, and technology consultant as well as a success strategist. And this video is part of the Success Formula series, giving you the keys to unlock the success you desire and deserve, whether you know it or not. Today, we're going to talk about success key number 1. Being willing to learn your way into success. But we have to see resistance for what it really is and what it's really doing if we're going to get rid of it. And that's getting in the way of our success. Whether it's because we're set in our ways and we don't realize it, or we're resisting learning and the learning process and don't realize it. The number one challenge to overcome in adult learning is resistance to learning something new. And that's what keeps us stuck. It's almost like we're hardwired to resist doing something new or changing in any way. And the truth of the matter is, we kind of have excuses for not wanting to learn something new if we think about it, right? Number one, you know a few things. Actually, you know a lot of things. Number two, we've already stepped, a lot of us, away from formal education. If you're thinking like that, you don't realize that you are learning lessons in everyday life. As a matter of fact, all the time you are learning. So why is it that we don't see it that way? Why is it that we don't notice that we're learning? Well, sometimes we're in autopilot. See, often we learn very rapidly as adults, and we don't even realize that we're taking in new information. We just keep going. So it might feel like you're in a rut and you're doing the same thing over and over every day, but even that is a process that is teaching you something. It just may be something that you don't really want to learn. You just didn't know that you were learning it. And what happens is we resist things that aren't learned quickly, and we resist things that require us to apply ourselves, to really dig in. And so for that reason, we're resisting the learning process. The good news is you can rewire yourself. Let me give you an example of this that I experienced with my son, Dominique, who we affectionately call Dom. So Dom is a very enthusiastic, athletic person. I call him athletic as opposed to an athlete because I don't want to offend professional athletes. Dominique plays for love of the game. He plays for love of competition. He doesn't play for money in any way. But he's always been into sports, and he's sort of built for sports physically and otherwise. He's a tall kid. He reached his height growth spurt fairly early. He was easily able to pack on muscle and all these other wonderful things that make him useful in various and sundry sports, from soccer to wrestling to football to basketball, you name it. Dominique was into it. And so in his middle school years, the sport of choice was basketball. He was really trying to stand out on the team. But the challenge is he kind of felt like the other guys were getting way more attention and definitely more playtime than he was. And he really wanted to change that. We felt his angst. We understood his frustration and his passion. But we also noticed that there were some things that Dominique would have to work on if he was going to stand out like he wanted to. And one of them was his running. His running style was just a very unique way to approach the art and science of running. I'm running as hard as I can. That was always his argument. So he came home one day mad. He had run this slow mile and he was frustrated. And again, he recounted how all the rest of the teammates were getting this attention and maybe he didn't feel like they deserved. We directed Dominique to his running technique, and we started helping him with the resources, supporting his study of the art and science of running as opposed to just running as fast as he could. A few video tutorials later, and Dom's speed increased, his agility improved, and it wasn't very long before he was dunking. Fast forward to today, Dom is a young adult. He dominates whatever court that he is on, and he stands out because he learned how to use his body appropriately. And the moral to that story is, even if you already know something or know how to do something, it doesn't mean that you can't learn to do it in a new way or learn techniques that will help you to improve and do it better. Dom knew how to run, he knew how to jump, he knew how to walk, but using those skills and abilities to be able to be a better basketball player was something that he had to learn after the fact. Imagine how many times as an adult that you have the opportunity to learn something new or to learn to do something better that we resisted because of what we already know. But learning is a powerful key to success, and you can learn at any time, at any age, at any place. You can learn your way out of a rut and into success if you choose it. So all you have to do is be willing. Be willing to learn what you already thought you knew. Be willing to learn how to do something better that you know how to do. Be willing to learn something totally new that you've never seen or even knew existed, and be willing to learn your way into success. See it as a success process. The truth of the matter is you are learning every day, whether you know it or not. From the time you were born to this earth, you are learning. If you are not learning consciously, you are learning unconsciously, which means you may be learning the wrong way. You may just be learning in autopilot. And if you're unconsciously learning, you can rest assured that two things are true. Number one, you are either not going to get where you want to go, or you're not going to enjoy the ride. Or number two, you're going to arrive somewhere that you didn't plan to be and not be prepared for it. If you're stuck, if that's you, take a good close look at your life and determine the areas where you feel stuck. And then challenge yourself to learn your way out of being stuck and into success. Please comment below and put, "I'm willing to learn." And with those few words, you will find yourself beginning a journey, and you'll be glad you did. Make sure that you choose today to learn consciously, to learn on purpose and with purpose, and to choose where you're headed in life. This is your Success Checkup. I am Dr. Tarika Lewis, otherwise known as Dr. Lou, your partner in progress. I love you, I believe in you, and for now, I am out.